Welcome back to Get Well Acadiana with Dr. Kevin. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. If you're a regular listener to the show, I really appreciate all of you tuning in every week to learn the latest advances in natural health care. And if you're tuning in for the first time today, welcome to the show. I appreciate you tuning in as well. This is the show designed to do more than just be something interesting to listen to on your Saturday morning. The purpose of this show is to give you the information necessary to change your health and to change your future without drugs or surgery whatsoever. And this is my 20th year in practice this year. I've been on a 20-year quest to solve some of today's most complicated health problems using the very best in natural solutions from all over the world. So welcome to the show. I wanted to switch gears a little bit today and talk about something that I haven't mentioned on the show in the, I don't know, however many years I've been doing this show now. And that is the health of our great Acadiana companies and the importance of a corporate wellness program. I'm a corporate wellness advisor, which means one of the things that I do is I go into companies and figure out ways to give that company healthier, safer, and more productive employees. And August is going to be Corporate Wellness Month at Bright Wellness. So I wanted to let you guys know that. And if you're a small business owner, which by the way, if you are, you're the backbone of America, and thank you for that. Or if you're a manager or a supervisor or an area director and you have employees that work for you, you don't realize how much it costs your bottom line and how much it affects your profit margin when you have employees that are unhealthy and low energy and sick and ran down all the time. You don't realize how much less productive and stressed out and overweight employees are to your company. So if you have 20 employees and 80% of them are less productive because they have health problems, that adds up to thousands and thousands of dollars every year that you're losing by not implementing an effective natural corporate wellness program. So smart companies are looking for ways to increase their production and decrease their healthcare costs. And having a corporate wellness advisor can do both. And the way I do it, we do that at zero cost to the company. So my corporate wellness program is designed to improve your employees' energy and productivity, as well as decrease sick days and workers' compensation injuries. And you might be thinking, well, we already have a corporate wellness program through our insurance. My corporate wellness program is different than anything else out there. Most of these insurance-based wellness programs do very little to help your team feel better and have less sick days and teach them how to manage stress and how to deal with the reasons why they're less productive in the first place. So my corporate wellness program is a totally new approach. Most of these corporate wellness programs from insurance companies, or that most of these companies already have implemented, are basically just, let's come in, check everybody's blood pressure and blood sugar, and get them on medicine early. That's basically all they do. And that's okay to do that, but it's not going to affect the profit and the productivity of the company. So my corporate wellness program is a great addition to those insurance-based programs if you already have one. And if you don't have one, having someone come in and affect the productivity and health of your employees is a great idea. And listen, I don't care if you have 5 employees or you have 500. These programs are very important because we address the underlying reasons that your employees aren't as productive as what they could be in the first place. Now, here's the secret to all of this. Almost 80% of a corporation's health problems and productivity loss can be traced to 3 underlying factors that my program uniquely addresses. And I'm going to get into these 3 underlying factors today and discuss how we solve each one of them for your employees in a way that they'll thank you for it. They love doing this program. The companies that I've been in The employees love having something like this at work. Your employees will be very thankful that you cared enough about them to have an expert come in and show them ways they can sleep better and feel better and have less stress and lose some weight and manage their health problems in a natural way. But before we do that, let me go ahead and cut to this first break. And when we get back, I'm going to show you these 3 underlying factors that my program uniquely addresses for corporations right here in Acadiana. And by the way, I've been in Exxon and Entergy and Cameron Valve and Halliburton and Infinity Valve and Bobby's Paint and Body and the Lafayette Police Department and the Broussard Police Department and Broussard Middle School and Stone Energy and General Electric. So, Supreme Services. We've done this for tons of smart Acadiana companies to try to help them improve the health of their employees. And that helps their energy, and that helps their production, and that affects the company's bottom line. So I've been doing these corporate wellness programs for Acadiana's smartest companies, and they have seen an immediate impact in their bottom line. And the employees are happier and healthier, and they feel better. And it's a great team building exercise. And so I'm going to get into all of that on the show today, but we're making August Corporate Health Month at Bryant Wellness. And if you're interested in having me come in your company, you could call my office at 837-7174. I'll give you a call back Monday when I get to work, and we'll sit down and discuss what you have going on, how many employees you have, and how I think that my corporate wellness program could be the biggest benefit to your company, and it's at zero cost. So if you're interested, it's 837-7174. When we get back, I'm going to tell you these 3 underlying secrets that's actually affecting your employees' productivity and health and sick days and all that. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Get Well Acadiana with Dr. Kevin. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. We're discussing corporate wellness. And before the break, I was saying that Acadiana's smartest companies have implemented corporate wellness programs so that their employees will be happier and have more energy and be more productive and feel better. Also have less sick days and be less prone to injuries and workers' comp claims. All of this is what my corporate wellness program works on. And like I said right before the break, I've been into some of Acadiana's smartest companies, Exxon and Entergy and Cameron Valve and Halliburton. I was the wellness advisor for the Lafayette Police Department and the Broussard Police Department. I've been in a lot of schools and done this for teachers. I've made myself available in August to come into your company as well if you're interested in doing this at zero cost to your company. So why would you not want to, have a doctor come in and train your employees on ways to be healthier and feel better and sleep better and have more, more productivity and less sick days? And the one neat thing about this is it's tailored to the individual company's needs. So for example, if you have a bunch of employees that sit all day, we can come in and do a program for them called Stay Fit While You Sit, where we work on desk ergonomics and chair ergonomics and the best way to adjust a computer desk. If you have people that stand all the time, we can do an ergonomics evaluation for them and talk about foot problems and knee problems and how that affects their body in different ways to prevent foot problems from years of standing all day. So we tailor this to the individual company's needs and where those employees are at the most risk. Now, let me tell you about these 3 underlying factors that adds up to 80% of a corporation's health problems and productivity loss. So here are the 3 things that my program uniquely addresses. Number 1 is unmanaged stress. Having stressed out employees affects every aspect of their productivity and energy and how effective they are as being an employee. Number 2 is having overweight employees. There is study after study that proves that having overweight employees increases injuries, decreases productivity, decreases the company's bottom line. And then number 3 is repetitive motion disorders, meaning doing the same thing over and over again. For example, grocery checkers or people that type every day, or say bricklayers that do the same motion over and over. That's called repetitive motion disorders. And the vast percentage of workers' comp injuries are from employees that do repetitive motion. Now, the good news is all 3 of these issues can be addressed to reduce your healthcare costs, give you less sick days, and dramatically improve productivity. And that's what makes my program such a great addition to your regular insurance-based, quote-unquote, wellness program. Your standard insurance-based program fails to address any of these things. And these 3 critically important factors are 80% of the problem. So allow me to go into each one of these 3 corporate vulnerabilities and offer my unique solution to each one of them, because my corporate wellness program revolves around solving these 3 main problems for local companies, because like I said, this is 80% of it. Now, the first area of concern that we mentioned was unmanaged stress. If you have employees that are stressed out, you don't realize how much their unmanaged stress is affecting your company and your bottom line and your profit margins. Now, although many people are told to reduce stress by their doctor, that's not always possible. Life is just stressful. They're stressed out in traffic before they ever get to work in the morning. And that's probably not going to change. But what we can do is affect the way their body deals with stress through their adrenal glands. Now, stress primarily affects a system of your body called your adrenal glands. Your adrenal glands are the glands of fight or flight response. So when a person is under stress, they go into a reflex called fight or flight. Now, the body responds exactly the same, whether you're running from a predator or somebody's breaking into your house, or you're sitting in traffic late for work, stressed out. The degree is obviously different, but the response to the body, the physiological response, is exactly the same. Now, when a person goes into fight or flight response, the first thing that happens is their blood pressure goes up. Because if I'm going to fight or run, I need a lot of blood pressure. So my body raises my blood pressure thinking I'm in an emergency situation, I'm going to fight or flight, and I need a lot of blood pressure. So now we have employees with blood pressure problems and all the heart issues and the heart attacks and all the issues that come with that. And if we fix this employee's stress issue, they'll no longer have the heart and the stress-related blood pressure issues. So the first thing that happens under stress is blood pressure goes up. Now, the second thing that happens is my body moves my blood from my digestive system and puts it in my arms and legs so I can fight or I can flight. Now, the employee then has all these digestive problems that come with that, like the acid reflux and all the digestive issues, because the blood has left their digestive system and it's put that blood in their arms and legs. And did you know that digestive problems are now the number 1 reason that your employees miss work and go to the doctor? Because of digestive issues. So if I could just fix that one thing, I will have solved the number 1 reason that your employees miss work. The third thing that happens when you're under fight or flight is your sleep hormones aren't produced correctly. You're not going to be running from a predator and all of a sudden get sleepy. Think about this. If you're laying there about to go to bed tonight and you hear your front door glass break open, and you get your gun and go downstairs and the cat just knocked a vase off the table and that's what the glass was, it wasn't the front door, you're probably not going to go back to sleep right away. You're going to be trembling. You're probably going to take you several hours to relax and calm down and get back to sleep. But this happens every day when we're under stress, is our body throws off our sleep hormones. And so if you have stressed out employees that didn't sleep good the night before, they woke up in the middle of the night from stress for no reason, they're not going to be as productive. So when your employees aren't sleeping well, they're not going to be very, very good employees. And if we can solve that, that will make a huge difference to their production. Now, the fourth thing that happens when your body goes into fight or flight response is that it produces a hormone called cortisol. Now, cortisol is great if I'm in a fight because it's a anti-inflammatory hormone. And if I get injured in this fight or flight response, I have cortisol in my body. But cortisol also, if it's produced day after day through repetitive stress, signals fat storage in the body. So it signals weight gain. And then the employee has all these weight problems from it, like diabetes and cancer and all these things that go along with, being overweight. Now get this, 70 to 80% of all doctors' visits are stress related. People under stress are 4 to 5 times more likely to have a heart attack. 50% of all illness is caused by stress. And 87% of the employees that we test for this have this going on. So how do we test for this? How do we know that's happening? Well, there's a really simple non-invasive test that we do called Ragland's test, which simply means that we take blood pressure sitting and standing. Now, if I don't have stress problems and I'm healthy and I go to stand up, my blood pressure will go up 5 points when I stand up. So if their blood pressure does not go up 5 points, if it stays the same or goes down, that employee has adrenal burnout, meaning that their stress glands have been so overworked for so long that it's now dramatically affecting their health. And I would be willing to bet that they also have high blood pressure and heart problems and digestive problems like acid reflux and colon issues, or sleep problems so that they don't sleep well and they come to work after hardly have slept. And then they have weight problems, which comes with all the other health problems and lack of productivity for that employee. So this doesn't sound like a very productive employee, right? Now, the thing about this is we come right into your company and we do this sitting, standing blood pressure. And if we find that it doesn't go up 5 points, we can offer an all natural little chewable adrenal supplement that will rebuild these adrenal glands in the body. The blood pressure goes down, the stomach gets better, the employee starts sleeping all night, and now they can actually lose some weight. And you now have a productive, healthy employee. So you can't stop the stress from occurring, but we can stop the physiological damage that happens in the body from not being able to deal with the stress. And that's just 1/3 of what we can do for your employees. And the employees will be so thankful that you cared enough about them to bring in an expert to try to make them feel better and do it all naturally and at zero cost to the company. I've seen entire company morale change by doing one of these corporate wellness events because we keep it fun and entertaining, and we can come right into your company and do this Ragland's test on everybody that wants to do their sitting, standing blood pressure and offer them help for this so they can sleep and have better blood pressure issues and better digestion and have more energy. And all of that equals a more productive employee, and that equals a better bottom line and a better profit margin for your company. Now, if you have 20 employees in your company and I make each one of them 20% more productive, that's 400% more productivity that I just got out of doing things totally natural. And I love doing these corporate wellness programs as a service to our local Acadiana companies. We want to support our local Acadiana companies to thrive. And that's why we go in and do these things, just to try to, improve the health of our great Acadiana companies. Now, when we get back from this next break, I'm going to talk to you about the second area that we address in our corporate wellness program, which, if you remember, was having overweight employees. So having stressed out employees was number 1. Having overweight employees was number 2. And we're going to address how we handle that in a very unique way when we get back from this break. But August is our corporate wellness month, where we try to help local businesses reach a better bottom line by offering these corporate wellness programs, and we do it all at zero cost to your company. And if you have a company and you manage employees in any way, you're a supervisor or an area director, and you want to talk to me about coming into your business and doing this corporate wellness workshops or any of these corporate wellness plans, call my office at 837-7174 and leave your information on my machine, and I'll call you back Monday. Or if you're an employee and this sounds like something you'd like to bring to your company and you want me to talk to your boss about it, tell them to call me at 837-7174 and I'll discuss it with them. That's 837-7174. And listen, I don't care if you have 5 employees or 5,000. These programs are very important that you implement. I've been in very large Acadiana companies that have hundreds and hundreds of employees, and I've been in little small mom and pop shops that have 5 employees. That doesn't matter. We will do this for any local Acadiana company that needs our help. The number was 837-7174. Stay tuned. We're going to address number 2 when we get back. Welcome back to Get Well Acadiana with Dr. Kevin. We're discussing corporate wellness on the show today, and August is Corporate Wellness Month. And that means that we're offering our services to our great companies in Acadiana to try to help them be more productive, have happier, healthier employees with less injuries and less sick days. And the way we do that is we go into these companies and we have little workshops and training sessions on things that your employees can do to feel better and to have more energy and to reduce stress and sleep better, and also to avoid injuries and lose weight. So we usually do these during lunch as what we call a lunch and learn, so that it doesn't affect your company's productivity at all. But we don't have to do that. Sometimes we do them early in the morning or sometimes we do them after work. Whatever works for the company is fine. So we have everyone meet up for an hour and we have a fun little workshop on ways they can be healthier. And like I said, I tailor this for the individual company, meaning if most of your employees sit all day, which, by the way, sitting is the new smoking. They say, sitting is very bad for us all day. But we have a program called Stay Fit While You Sit, where we talk about desk ergonomics and adjusting your computer height and how to adjust your office chair. And if you have people that stand, we address that. If you have people that run machinery, we address that. It's what the individual risk or the individual stress that particular job is placing on that person. And that's what we try to tailor it to the company's individual needs. And we do that for zero cost to the company. So August is our corporate wellness month at Bryant Wellness. And if you want to talk to me about coming into your company and doing these little workshops and programs, you can call 837-7174 and leave a message. Now, before break, we were discussing that most corporate wellness programs do not address the 3 most important factors that companies deal with their employees. And those 3 things were, number 1 was employees that have unmanaged stress. And I just went over that in the first segment. If you missed it, you can go back on KPEL's website and listen to that first segment on how we deal with employees' unmanaged stress. And number 2 was having overweight employees. And number 3 is repetitive motion disorders. So we discussed stress in the first segment. And now let me get into number 2, which is having overweight employees. Smart companies are now starting to realize the hidden cost of having overweight employees. The National Business Group just estimated that overweight employees cost companies an extra $8 billion a year in insurance costs and sick leave and disability claims. Just the average medical cost for each overweight employee that you have is over $1,000. So if you have 20 employees in your company, that's $20,000 coming off of your bottom line, just because of your employees' weight problems. This is a profit killer. Now, I'm a nationally certified weight loss coach. My program uniquely addresses weight in a very unusual way, where we can make this easy and very, very simple. Now, obviously, by the way, we don't walk up to anybody's desk and go, hey, you're overweight, you need to come with me. We don't point anybody out or embarrass anybody. What we do is this. We go in front of the company as a whole and we let them know, ladies and gentlemen, your company, because we care about you, have now implemented a corporate weight loss program for free to you to partake in if you choose. So if any of you are interested, this is how you contact us. We let them come to us. We don't point anybody out or embarrass anyone. It's all done in private. We let them volunteer to come in and seek us out for this corporate wellness program. So we don't make anybody mad or we don't embarrass anybody. But what we find, get this, 80% of your overweight employees will come and participate in this. They're looking for a solution. They would love for you to provide them a free corporate weight loss program to try to help them that's ran by someone that's an expert in this, that's a doctor that can come in and show them simple, easy ways that they can lose weight. And what you're going to see is immediate increase in productivity, decrease in injuries and workers' comp claims, and a happier workforce. Having overweight employees affects their productivity in almost every aspect. They're sick more often. They're not as quick at doing things. They're more injury prone. All the research backs this up. This is not my opinion. This is just the facts. And we can help employees be more productive and have less injuries by giving them a simple, easy, little workable weight loss program. Now, number 3 on the list is a biggie, and that is repetitive motion disorders and physical body complaints. Now, we find that most body complaints come from the area of the body that job places the highest level of physical stress on. For example, bricklayers, it's the upper back and shoulders. Mechanics, it's the wrist and hands. Data entry, desk and computer jobs, it's the neck, shoulders, and hands. Now, the key to reducing your workers' comp claims is to handle these problems before they begin and become a work injury. Because the average workers' comp claim costs you $5,000 to $20,000. And 60% of all on-the-job injuries are caused by repetitive motion disorders. And by the way, surgery's not the answer. A recent study by the Cincinnati College of Medicine reviewed records for thousands of patients, and they found that just 26% of those that had surgery returned to work. 26%. That was compared to 67% of the patients that did not have surgery were able to return to work. So even just a simple carpal tunnel case can cost you over $20,000. And we have a program for non-surgical treatment of on-the-job injuries that is second to none. So let me go ahead and take this next really short break, and I'm going to tell you all about this repetitive motion disorder program whenever I get back. But August is Corporate Wellness Month at Bryant Wellness. And if you're interested in having me come into your company and do some of these programs for your employees at absolutely no cost to the company, all you have to do is call my office at 837-7174 and leave your name and number on my machine, and I'll call you back whenever I get to work and discuss how many employees you have, what's going on with them, and how I can be of most use to you. The whole purpose is to just try to help our local Acadiana companies be smarter with their employees, have healthier, more productive employees that sleep good and come to work full of energy and ready to buckle down and really do some good for your company. And I don't care if you have 5 employees or 500. I've been in companies with 5 employees where we have a nice little, private little meeting where I can sit down and really do them some good. Or I've been in companies that have hundreds and hundreds of employees. I've even done plant-wide ergonomics evaluations for Cameron Valve, and I've done stuff with Halliburton. So it doesn't matter how big your It doesn't matter how big or small your company is. If you're too small to afford a corporate wellness program, this is for you because we do these at zero cost. The number is 837-7174, and I'm going to tell you how to solve these repetitive motion disorders like carpal tunnel and knee and low back and foot injuries right after this next break. So don't go away. It was 837-7174. Welcome back to Get Well Acadiana with Dr. Kevin. We're discussing corporate wellness today on the show, and we're trying to help our local Acadiana companies, our great companies here, be healthier and happier by improving the health of their employees, which equates to a better profit margin, more productivity, less workers' comp claims, and just an overall healthier company. And so we've been working with companies for 20 years now. I've been a corporate wellness advisor for 20 years, and I can come into your company and walk through and do an ergonomic and structural evaluation and point out areas that you can make simple improvements to reduce your injuries and claims and increase your productivity and profits. One of the things we do is we can walk around and look at everybody's desk and make suggestions on how they can adjust their chair and their computer desk to try to decrease their work injuries. Or we can look at your guys outside welding or running machinery and try to show them ways that they can make little simple changes to decrease their injuries. 60% of all on-the-job injuries are caused by repetitive motion disorders. And that's where we left off before that last break. So the thing about this is our jobs, a lot of our jobs here in the Acadiana company, in the Acadiana area, a lot of these companies do deal with repetitive motion. We have welders and desk workers that type and grocery checkers and bricklayers and construction workers. All of these jobs deal with repetitive motion. So this is a big issue in the Acadiana area. And as part of our wellness program, we can train your employees on how to solve these repetitive motion disorders. And here's the big secret with this. We do a 5-minute stretching program to be done at the beginning of their shift. And these stretches are particular to the area of the body that their job stresses the most. For example, typists would do 5-minute finger and hand stretches before they start. Mechanics would do 5-minute lower back and shoulder stretches. And according to the Department of Labor, listen to this, these stretching programs have shown to reduce on-the-job injuries by 70%. So imagine if you have a company with lots of people sitting at a desk and typing, and I come in and show them a proper way to adjust their desk and their computer and put them on a little 5-minute stretching program for their hands before they start typing. It improved their productivity by over 40% and decreased their job injuries by over 70%. And we do that all at zero cost to the company. So if you have a company where people stand, I can come in and show them how to properly take care of their knees and feet and show them a 5-minute stretch for their feet and for their hamstrings and for their legs and their lower back. And their productivity goes up and their injuries go down. And we're doing this in August to try to help our local great Acadiana companies function better and be more profitable and have less workers' comp claims. So what we've done here is we've been able to solve almost 80% of corporations' health problems and productivity loss by handling these 3 most common problems that companies deal with. Number 1 was unmanaged stress and all of the issues that go with that. Number 2 was overweight employees and all of the health issues and loss of productivity that goes with that. And guys, listen, we do that very gently and it really works. And number 3 is repetitive motion disorders, where we have to figure out the area of the body that's going to likely develop an injury and is going to develop a repetitive motion disorder, and we fix that before it ever becomes an issue. No other wellness program is doing that. But that's where the answers are at. That's where the solutions lie for your company, is addressing the big things. Coming in and doing just a blood pressure check and a blood sugar check and putting them on medicine and calling it a day is not going to solve any of these 80%, these three major things for your company. So my program is a great addition to your insurance-based program. So if you want to talk to me about implementing this in your company, I would love to work with you. I love improving the health of our great Acadiana companies. I want to support Acadiana to be more successful, and this is my little way of doing that. And like I said, I don't care if you have 5 employees or 500. I especially like working with smaller companies that have 5, 10, or 20 employees because we can make huge changes. And those are the companies that can't afford these massive wellness programs, but they need them. So we can come in at zero cost, look at these smaller companies, and try to help them make a huge, huge difference. We've seen morale changes in companies from doing these programs. We get everybody involved in a fun way. And it's just such a pleasure to do this for the companies in Acadiana every single year. So if you're interested, you can call my office at 837-7174 and leave your name on the machine, and I'll call you back and discuss this with you, and we'll figure out the best plan of action, because these programs are tailored to your individual company's needs. For example, sometimes we have a company that might have 20 employees that work in the front and do say they do typing and they do desk work. And then they might have 20 employees in the back that run machinery and say build things. Well, those are 2 different sets of problems. So we can do a corporate wellness program for the front staff and work on desk issues with them and hand issues and desk ergonomics. And then we can do a different one for all the guys in the back that run the machinery. And with them, we're working on lower back and shoulders and knees and feet. So we really tailor this to the employees and where their highest level of risk is. There's nothing else like this out there. And so if you're interested, you can call my office at 837-7174. That's 837-7174, and leave your name and number on the machine. I'll give you a call back next week, and we'll sit down and figure out where your areas of risk are, what your employees do on a day-to-day basis, and what we can do to try to solve these problems before they become an issue. We love our Acadiana companies and we want to support them. Thank you guys for joining us. August is Corporate Wellness Month. I want your company to participate, so give us a call at 837-7174. That's 837-7174. Thank you guys. Have a good weekend.